Hey guys, it's IP here, back again in, oh my goodness, it's EVE Online. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to play this anymore, but I think I should have more like said I was going to take a pretty extended break from it. It's not that I don't enjoy the game, or I didn't enjoy the game, it was just because I kind of like binge played it and didn't really want to keep playing it as a result, which is my own fault, I know, but yeah, that's what happened. So I picked it back up today, didn't really know what I was doing. I sort of had to get reacquainted with it a bit, and then I decided to, why not take the Astero fit out into the wild and test it out. And after looking up some tutorials on how to do relic and data sites, I went out into low sec looking for that, and yeah. So you can kind of assume that based off of, if you've seen my other EVE videos, that my experiences with low and null sec and shit like that have been pretty negative, considering I've died like literally every time I go out there and I've never gotten anything out of it. So yeah, this one is a bit different, however. So I went out, scanned down a few signatures and whatnot looking for a data or a relic site, and I found a relic site, the one that I am probing down right now, as you can see. And I also took some advice I got from a previous video where basically someone said start in the pinpoint formation with the probes because it doesn't matter, like the spread formation isn't really that helpful, and I found this to be very, very true. You can pinpoint locations or like signatures very, very quickly in terms of, or rather in comparison to, you know, starting with spread and then going down to pinpoint. So yeah, it speeds things up and it's fantastic. So here I am basically just probing down the signature, struggling to like get it to zoom in more, even though I didn't even realize that it was you know, already zoomed in all the way, and getting anger there. And then so here we go. This should do it. This should actually get us the warpable location. Ooh, look at that. Let's go, guys. Let's make our ship go. So I sort of didn't know what to expect because I've seen so many people doing sites like this, and they're always checking DScan and local chat and everything and their overview and shit because players and things, and I was a bit paranoid since it was the only site in the system that was really worth visiting. I mean, there were other ones that just show up, I think they're called anomalies, but this was the only one that had to be probed down, so I wasn't really sure if someone was going to be there. So obviously I had my ship cloaked and I was sort of looking through it like, well, I don't know what to do, so we're going to give this a go. So here I go, going for the first hack. This is the first time I was hacking in like a long time. I kind of ballsed it up because my ship just started flying away and I was about to start hacking, and then all of a sudden I flew out of range, and you know, it was stupid, and I was like, the fuck, like why, how did I fail? But no, it wasn't that, it was because the ship just zoomed out of range, and even though it was, I don't know what happened. But so yeah, I know you can hack things twice, but whatever. So going in here from this point forward, the only one I actually fail is in a moment here where I failed to hack it twice or whatever and it explodes. But I found that, you know, no big deal. I mean, I actually have no idea if I missed out, but I found that quite a few of these containers were empty and whatnot, so I don't think I really missed out on a whole lot, so I don't know, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So yeah, I've also figured that the hacking minigame, which completely confused me when I first started playing EVE, I don't know, after watching a couple tutorials, it's pretty simple, it's kind of fun, it's kind of intense when you're trying to go through it very, very quickly, and obviously my skills and things for hacking are extremely low, so I don't really have a lot of resistance or strength, or virus resistance or strength, or whatever the fuck it's called, so my virus doesn't have a whole lot of health and doesn't do a ton of damage. Although from what I've seen, it's not terrible, it's just not great. I'm not doing so bad on the damage side, it's the health side that's a big issue because I can, you know, die very, very quickly, or my virus can be destroyed, or whatever the correct terminology is. And yeah, so this quick little segment here is just going to be me going through and hacking a bunch of cargo containers, which you'll be able to see. And yeah, I mean, I think there were items in 2 of the 5 that I hacked. So 3 of them were empty, and the first one only had like 23,000 23,000 ISK worth of shit in it, which I was kind of disappointed in, and it got my hopes. I kind of crushed my hopes when I got that one. But then the last one I hacked had like 2.5 million of stuff, which you'll get to see here in a moment, and that made me very, very happy. I'm not gonna lie about that, because it was something completely new to me. So yeah, I found that honestly, even though there's a bit more risk involved with going out into low sec and null sec and, you know, getting stuff from these sites, I feel like it's a lot more fun than, say, running missions, because earlier in the day I'd been running some missions, some like level 3 security missions with my Brutix, and honestly, just the combat gets really fucking boring. There's nothing really like fun about it. It's extremely repetitive, and I found that even when I have a decent fit for my ship, I kind of have to just pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out until I can destroy everything, because it's just, I mean, obviously I probably didn't have the best fit, and I wasn't doing thermal damage for some enemies that wanted to, or like were weakest against thermal damage, so I wasn't perfectly fit for the mission. But it just, I don't know, ever since I started playing EVE, I didn't find the combat, or the PvE combat, to be particularly fun, unless I was with someone, which isn't that often, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'll let you guys finish watching this footage. I'm going to be back playing EVE a bit more. I don't know how often I'm going to play it, to be honest. Or, well, I know I'll probably play it at least like once or twice, or I'll play it every day probably, but I don't know how often I'm going to upload it, since I don't want to spam EVE videos onto my channel like I used to, because I built like my entire audience off of EVE, which, I mean, is fine, but like not optimal, I suppose. I just wanted to keep those of you who like the EVE stuff a little bit entertained, and honestly, I do enjoy the game. I just have to take breaks from it every once in a while, because, I mean, as with every game, I get bored of things once in a while. I'm sure you can understand, and yeah, it's a complex game, takes a lot of thought, and it's kind of stressful, especially in situations like this where, you know, someone could just fly in and pop your ship, and I'm out like, whatever, 70 million, whatever this fucking thing cost, and it wouldn't really make this trip worth it. But it was a hell of a lot of fun, and it was a learning experience, so hopefully from here on out, we'll see some really sick profits. I'm going to be probably recording some footage that I had out in a nullsec to hopefully get some really nice stuff. If you have any advice for that, let me know in the comments below. I know I'm probably going to have to upgrade my modules and my skills for hacking, because as far as I know, it's all of my skills are very low, and obviously the modules are still like Tech 1, so that's not great. But you gotta start somewhere, I guess. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully more EVE in the near future. Thumbs up for EVE, right guys? Yeah, sure. Go ahead and leave a like if you want more EVE, because I know you guys do, because every time I've asked in the past, that's what people say. Okay, thanks for watching again, and I will see you in the next one.